The Story of the Sun, written by Akram Zaki and illustrated by Isha Rain. There once lived a sun that provided warmth and light to many planets. She would often look out at the other stars and wish that she could go and be with them. But she knew that she had been given a job to do, to provide warmth and light for all her planets. The closest two planets would always complain of the heat and that she was burning them. She had 8 planets all up, and each day they would talk to her as they circled. The rest of the planets, it seemed, complained she was not hot enough. The sun grew sadder and sadder and wished more and more to go and be with the other stars. So one night the sun decided to leave and began packing her things. Just as she was about to leave, she heard a voice that she'd never heard before. "Wait," it cried. "Don't leave." "But why shouldn't I?" replied the sun, wondering who was talking to her. "All anyone ever seems to say to me or about me is that I'm too close or too far away, or too bright or too dull." "You're just right," replied the voice. "Look at the third planet." So the sun looked and saw the earth. She saw the beautiful green forest, the vast blue oceans, the ice-capped poles, and the sandy deserts. "Look closer," the voice said. So the sun looked and saw the great cities of humans, the wondrous beasts of the lands, the birds and the fish. "Look closer," the voice said once again. So the sun looked and saw the grass growing, the plankton in the sea, and the tiny bacteria growing on the earth. "You see all these things?" asked the voice. "They are all here because of you. They are all alive because of the warmth and the light you give. If you were any hotter, they would all die, shrivel up, and turn to dust. If you were colder, they would freeze. If you were bigger, the oceans would destroy the land, or smaller, and the fish would run out of oxygen. If you were too bright, then the plants that produce food from your light would not work. Any duller, and those same plants would not work either." The sun was very confused about whom it was that was speaking to her. "How do you know all these things about me?" she asked. The voice replied, "Because I made you. I designed you. I placed you exactly where you are. I gave you the job you have, and I am proud of your hard work." And the sun was happy because she learned that she was important and that she was valuable. This story reminds me of a time when I was doing my best to be kind and helpful and loving to others, but it was difficult. Sometimes when we are doing our best, we can become discouraged by people not being thankful, or people not seeing how hard we try, or even thoughts that we really aren't good enough at what we are doing. But the Bible says, "Therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, stand firm. Let nothing move you. always give yourself fully to the work of the Lord, because you know that your labor in the Lord is not in vain. That comes from 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. God sees the good things we do. He knows how hard we try, and He has given us exactly what we need to get the job done. Even if no one else sees your kindness, God does. Even if no one else thinks that you are good enough, God does. So don't be discouraged. God is awesome, and He loves you and is proud of you. So keep up the good work.